What's up, guys? We're back in the shop with a 2001 CR250 front and rear suspension today. We have springs from Race Tech for both of them. I've already drained the oil out of the fork tubes. It's a nice set of 47mm twin chambers, pretty clean. The rear shock is a 50mm Showa. It's a little beat up. We're going to get into them and we're going to clean them up and see what we need. Stay tuned. I've already drained the oil out of these and cleaned them up a little bit. I have a Motion Pro wrench. It's a 50mm top. You just loosen it up, tilt it over, drain the oil. I screw it back on a little bit more just to keep everything in. Flip it upside down. Before you do anything, before you even take the oil out, you want to back off the compression and the rebound all the way to soft. Make sure you note down how many clicks they are each way so you can just set it back up real quick. So what you want to do, I take a long half-inch extension. You can use your front axle too. Just stick it in, push it down. I have a 3/8 cordless impact gun. I'm sure I'll get some comments that, oh yeah, you shouldn't use an impact gun. You're not doing it, it's my suspension. It's 21mm socket. Stick it in, back it off all the way until it stops spinning. Then I have this Tusk cartridge holder tool. It's like 15 or 20 bucks from Rocky Mountain. It's really, really cost effective. So push it down till you can see the cartridge. Stick that on, and that'll hold it up like that. Take my extension out. I know this is a little hard to see. I'll see if I can't get a little closer in. It's about as best as you're going to get. So, cartridge is out, holding tools on, and you'll see there's a couple of little indents here. It's a 17mm wrench holds that, and the 21mm nut on top, and just loosen it up. That'll come right off. You can just pull your adjuster straight out. See that? You got your dampening rod. You got a little indent, round on one side, flat on the other. Set that aside. 17mm aside. Extension goes back in. Push it down. Line that up. This will come out. Flip it over. Unscrew your cap. Then you can pull your cartridge right out. So the whole cartridge will come out as an assembly. Then all you got to do to change your spring, back you up a little here. All you got to do to change your spring, there's your dampening rod that just fell out. There you go. There's your spring. Your tubes can drain. Pick up the dampening rod off the ground. You don't want that to get all dirty. As you can see, not too many tools are needed for this. I think I had the fork cap tool, my dampening rod holder, a 17mm wrench, and a 21mm socket with a cordless impact gun. That's it. This stuff really isn't that difficult. The difficult part is tuning, which I will not get into because I know nothing about tuning. So this is the new spring. This is I want to say it's a 52 kg Ford truck spring for my fat ass. So that should be pretty clean. The cartridge is cleaned, wiped down a little bit, get a little bit of goop on the bottom. I don't want to let this drain too much. But you can see, maybe you can't see, the bushings are in really good shape. I'm not changing bushings because I don't ride that much anymore. So now that all this stuff's clean, we can go back together. Like I said, we're not doing seals, I'm not doing bushings. This is a quick spring change and an oil change. Seals are in great shape. Don't have to mess with them. I cleaned them out a little bit with a playing card just to be on the safe side. So all you have to do is reverse order of operations. Take a spring. Sure, there's some factory connection guys that will laugh at me. Cartridge. Back in. Put a couple of threads in there. Back upside down. Wipe my dampening rod off. Slide that back in. Give this a little turn just to make sure it's seated good. Yep. And just wipe my rebound adjuster off. Seal looks really good. It's pretty clean. And we'll just make sure that that lines up. The little detent, you can see, where are you? There you go. Focus. Good luck. Anyway, it's got a flat spot right here on this detent, and the rest is round. Well, the dampening rod is the same way. So just make sure that gets lined up first. If I wasn't trying to focus on this at the same time. Push this through. That back on. Now we're cooking. Line this up. I start this by hand. You can hear that clicking. Grab my 17. My impact gun. Doesn't have to be that tight. Push it down. Come back up. That's it. We didn't have to drain the cartridge oil. Those seals are good. The compression rebound is really good. All we did was obviously the spring. And we'll change the oil, and you have a service fork. When you're ready to put the oil in, drop that tube down, and this is where we'll fill the oil. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to start taking apart the rear shock. Alright guys, that's a wrap for part one. All we have to do is finish pulling the cap off, separate a little bit, 14 ounces of fork fluid. Obviously, we're a little heavier on this side of the island. And that's it. Part two will be the rear shock, like I said. It's already disassembled. I did want to take a second and wish Cameron Namella my best. Cam, I've never met you. We've spoken a few times. What you've done in this industry, what you've grown as a business, and to still see the type of person you are, man, it hits home what you're going through. As a father, as a husband, my family wishes you nothing but the best. We're pulling for you, man, and we got something special coming. If you guys go on MX Revival right now, there's a link on my Instagram page to get to MX Revival. We're accepting donations for Cam. 100% of the proceeds go to him, and we have something in the next week or so. We have something pretty special coming for him and his family. So stay tuned. I will post as soon as we know what's going on and the details of it. Myself and a bunch of other builders across the country. So guys, stay tuned. And we're all going to fight this together with you, Cam. We got your back, buddy. All right? Everybody have a good night. Kiss your loved ones. And stay tuned. Bye.